We all know that video games are getting extremely expensive. Over the years, it's gone from $50 to $60, now they're $70, right? After tax, you're looking at like 76, 77 bucks, depending on where you live. So there's been a study that is coming from VGC. You can read the entire article in the description. It's there for you to click. It says 62% of hardcore players no longer buy full price game, survey suggests. Older players are the least likely to buy full price games, reporter suggests. Now, I am 37 years old. I guess I am a little older when it comes to gaming, though a study showed about 3 or 4 years ago that the average gamer was 35 years old. The old guys are still playing games. They got more time maybe, or they have less time, or they got more money to spend on them. However, it's getting expensive for everybody. Again, I spoke about this before in other videos that gaming is still a hobby. It's not a necessity. It's not milk. It's not bread. We don't need it to live. So I'm not going to really go up in arms about pricing because I don't need it to live. However, I still do enjoy gaming. I do like saving a buck or two. And I will say that, yeah, when it comes to me, I would say I'm in that 62% because I try not to spend $70 on a new game. Most of the time I'll wait for it to go on sale unless I really want to play it, like Resident Evil Requiem. So let's see what this article has to say. Alright guys, so it's coming again from VGC. 62% of the most engaged video gamers no longer buy full price releases according to a new survey. That's according to the Generations in Play report developed by IGN Entertainment in association with Kantar and UC Berkeley, which it says is based on polling of thousands of quote, highly committed consumers in the US, UK, and Australia. According to the report, 38% of millennials, people aged 30 to 44, and 42% of Gen Z say they still buy full-price games. Again, I guess I'm in the 38% of millennials. I guess I'm a millennial. I kind of threw that away. I'm 37, but again, I'm not paying full price. But only 20% of Gen X people aged 46 to 61 said they would. Okay, so I was wrong on that. Okay, I'm in the millennials, whatever. Gen X people between the ages of 46 and 61 are not paying full price for games, which I can kind of understand. Commenting on the report, the game business's Christopher Dring said it reflected a market where consumers have more than ever to play and less demand to rush out to buy new releases that could also be unpolished at launch. Quote, "The market has shifted," he told VGC. Quote, "Consumers are full in terms of things to play, watch, and read. Plus, games have a habit of launching unfinished or in need of a patch or two. So, considering those two factors, the drive to rush out day one and purchase a game isn't there in the way it used to be. The upside is that games are living for longer, and it's not unusual for big games to sell for years and decades." I guess that does make a lot of sense. However, him saying considering those two factors, the drive to rush out day one and purchase a game, it's just not what it used to be. A lot of people, well, first off, I would say that we are in the digital realm. A lot of people are just buying games, online. So rushing out, I would say maybe he means just day one, you're going to download the game and install it directly from digital library, digital store. I would say that a lot of that may not be happening. Guys from 46 to 61, I'm glad to see that people around that age are still gaming. Then it is a low percentage. It's only 20%, but it's still a percentage, right? It's pretty good. They're not paying full price. They don't feel like they need to. I agree with that. I agree that if you can get a game for $50, it can last you 12 to 20 hours and you're going to do side quests and you're going to really do a lot more than just a regular campaign. That game can last you a lot longer. So you can really get your money's worth. It says there is a generational shift too. Although I am cautious of drawing too many conclusions here, a lot of the buying and playing habits of older gamers might be due to the fact that they have less time and more money versus younger generations where the opposite is true. We'll see how that plays out over time. Okay, now back to the article. The report indicates further diverging habits between the three generations of consumers, including Gen X consumers prioritize Google search for discovering new games, while 85% of millennials favor YouTube. Gen Z prioritize social media. Well, for me, I like to look up YouTube a lot more than just Google. I like to get a lot of my content from YouTube, which is still Google, but it's a Google search. I use YouTube a lot to find more information on video games, movies, different things like that, different things I like. I want to sit down, I'll watch a 10 to 20 minute video on a breakdown of a certain video game before I go out and buy it. Generation X respondents said they favor single-player games. Generation Z prefers multiplayer titles to almost the same degree, and millennials are often evenly split. I would say yes, that is true. I really do. And I adore my single-player campaign video games. However, I do still love to play my multiplayer games with my buddies. Call of Duty, Halo, any games like that. I still enjoy it, but sometimes I just want to get away from all that mess of hearing people bicker and all that stuff, and I just want to turn my brain off, relax, sit back, and play a good campaign. Single player. Generation X and millennials are more likely to return to games in order to complete or master them, while Gen Z are more motivated by new customization or community content. You guys believe that? I mean, X millennials are more likely to return to games in order to complete or master them. Yeah, I would say that because if you're a person that likes to go back to the games you really like and try to platinum it or try to get 100% of the games, again, you're getting your money's worth. If you enjoy the game, that is. I mean, I don't know why anyone would go back to a game they don't like to try to 100% it unless you're like a psychopath and you just want to get as many platinums as you can or trophies, all right? Consumption of games guides varies by generation, with Gen X indexing higher on tips videos, millennials on map tools, and Generation Z on build guides. Interesting. And the last, Generation X is highly skeptical of AI and more trusting of brand recognition, being 38% less likely to use AI for discovery and 44% less likely to believe that AI summaries are good as human ones, which we all know that AI this, AI that is a very big thing right now. It's been around, but it's a lot more popular. It's a lot more out there that a lot of people don't trust certain things, which is, that's fine. You'll see certain things on Instagram when you know it's AI, but sometimes you look at it, sometimes you can't even tell if it's AI or not. So that's a pretty good percentage, I think, and that's pretty interesting. So guys, I'll leave it at that. What do you think? What bracket are you in? Generation X, Millennial, Z? What are you in? Do you guys agree with this? Are you kind of that outlier? Are you in that percentage of people that don't spend a lot of games because you may not have enough money, but you have a lot more time? Or do you have enough time, but you don't have much money? This is a very interesting study, and I like that. I like to break this down, certain things like that. It's not all about just different drama and games. I like to see little studies like this about the things we love to do, and that's gaming. Guys, thank you very much for watching. If you want more videos like this, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, let me know down in the comments what you think, and have a great day.